Ready to add a big dose of positivity and empowered perspective to your day? You've come to the right place. Welcome to She Said podcast. I'm Laura Cox Kaplan. Here, we tackle everything from imposter syndrome and confidence building to the best advice on how to lead yourself through life pivots, including the ones that knock you flat. For the past 3 years, I've talked to hundreds of experts about their stories. Here, you'll find their actionable advice and lessons, as well as my own tools that you can put to use in your own life. Stick around. I think you'll find this investment in you well worth it. Hi, friends. Ever have one of those moments when you realize that you made a huge mistake, but you actually caught it just in the nick of time so that you could fix it before it actually happens? Rarely are we afforded this incredible gift, but I received it just this morning. Now, if this particular mistake had happened, the world would not have stopped spinning, nor would any great harm have ensued. I could have fixed it after the fact, but then, of course, the time involved and required would have taken me away from other projects and tasks that wouldn't have been able to move forward otherwise. Making mistakes is incredibly frustrating, and the ones that cost time, which is typically all of them, are particularly frustrating. Wasted time is one of my biggest pet peeves. Today's mid-air catch actually afforded me perspective on a couple of different fronts that I thought were worth sharing with you today. The first relates to gratitude. Today's little mishap gave me an opportunity to reflect on gratitude. I'm grateful that I caught this mistake. I'm grateful that I won't waste time later having to fix it. And perhaps most importantly, I'm grateful that I remembered to pause and reflect in a way that was actually kind to myself and where I recognized that gratitude in the first place. We all mess up. That's life. But learning from those mistakes and growing from them, even the maddeningly frequent little ones like this one today, while at the same time not being too hard on ourselves when we make mistakes, is incredibly valuable. Equally important, however, is learning to stop and pause in the moment. When I'm consciously aware and I stop to recognize whatever it is that's actually tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, pay attention to this, it's important. That action often provides me greater clarity and perspective. For those of us who are wound a little tightly, of course, I'm not naming names, but I'll admit I'm guilty. It takes practice, lots and lots of practice. Knowing this about myself, I set a goal of rewarding myself with gratitude when I get this right. That means taking that little pause just to reflect. As we head into Valentine's weekend, I want you to join me in pausing for just a second. Think for a moment about all of the people who depend on you. Think about how your effort and hard work to be the best version of you impacts others. Think about how treating yourself with kindness can have not only a positive impact on you, but a positive impact on all of those around you as well. Having been locked up with my 3 favorite Valentines for almost a year now, I'm reminded of all those opportunities that I'm given each and every day to show them how this works and what it looks like to get back on track when mistakes happen and when we have to fix them. Trust me, I do not always get this right. But when I do, I really try to celebrate that progress. It's valuable for me, and I think most importantly, it's valuable for those around me as well. In those moments, I also try to communicate as honestly as I can. What I mean by that is I try to explain what my disappointment or fear actually feels like, and then what it looks like to keep going and to push through that discomfort and to fix that mistake, whatever it was. When I left my job as an executive a few years ago to pursue this dream I had, I could never have imagined how much I would learn about myself, how much I would learn about the work that I love, and how incredibly rewarding all of this would be. At the same time, I also have had to get really comfortable with pushing beyond comfort. That takes believing in yourself, but it also takes real compassion, recognizing the struggle for what it is. It represents growth. And with each step or each effort, it helps you continue to build confidence and the muscle needed to keep pushing forward. The journey is worth it, even if you don't end up exactly where you thought you would. It still will have been worth it, I promise. For more on this topic of self-compassion and learning to love, check out my conversation with Dr. Stephanie Stahl in episode 138. Stephanie is a leading psychotherapist in Germany and the author of the best-selling nonfiction book There, 3 years running. The book is called The Child in You. And if you're looking for some great thought-provoking reading on the topic of personal improvement, grab a copy. It's terrific. In my conversation with Stephanie, she does a particularly good job of talking about the difference between self-love and selfish love. They are not the same, and she'll explain why. Now, friends, coming next week, we'll be talking mindfulness, health, and wellness with my two wonderful friends, Doro Bush Cook and Trisha Riley Cook. They are the co-founders of BB&R Wellness and also the co-founders of the Terrific Health Gig podcast. Their dedication to the topic of mindfulness and to helping others is incredibly inspiring. But also inspiring is how their work in this area dramatically improved their own lives. In the meantime, I am so grateful that you tuned in today. I hope you found this investment in you well worth it. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you next time.